In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to turn in your CO2 car models in SketchUp. This turn-in is going to be done via Gmail. I really like to share with your parents at home and with myself at the same time. You can also share to anyone else that you feel is important to share this information with, friends, advisory teachers, anybody that you want to show off your cool things that you made in this class in this last few weeks. So the first thing that I want everybody to know is I have added an assignment, the 2.0 CO2 car models in Schoology. This is going to hold some information along with this video, but coming down here, I'm just going to start by going to my CO2 car model. Remember, you guys are going to do this twice. I'm just going to show it once in the video so it's not super long, but you guys are going to do this for both of your cars that you've made in SketchUp. A reminder that in your cars, a couple of the things we should have done now: going to your top view, we should be able to see that we have a top view cut. Going to your front view, you should see that we have a front view cut. We have changed the way this block looks. Underneath our CO2 car holes, the model, the wood is still there. And then a reminder that we can be a minimum of 205 millimeters, and then the hole locations 9 to 50 millimeters in the back on both surfaces. And then one more thing, make sure we keep 3 millimeters around our CO2 car, the hole or the housing that it's going to be sitting in, just for extra support. Now, once we get this all ready to go, we are going to go in full car. And then we're going to hit Zoom Extend. So this is the tool that looks like a magnifying glass with the 3 arrows. That makes it the full size, as big as it's going to be in our portion there. So then we do a File, Export, and then we do 2D Graphic. In 2D Graphic, a few things that are very important are make sure it's going to your H drive. We got to get it going to your H drive. And actually, in my H drive, I have a 7th grade design and modeling folder. I'm going to put mine in there. If you haven't made one, just put it to your H drive so it saves. And then also make sure we change our save as type. It starts being a DXF file, which is very good for using the laser, but not so good at sharing files so you can see information. So we're going to change this to a universal image that everybody can see on any computer, and that is a PNG, a portable network graphic. And then we're going to hit Export. Now, once we've done our full car, we're going to do the same thing in ortho printing. Ortho printing, Zoom Extents, so we can see our car that way, and then one more time we're going to do a File, Export, 2D Graphic. Now, the thing about this one is we're going to have to change the name too. So coming in here, if you had CO2 car, you want to click behind that CO2 car. We don't want to delete anything off the end. It did hold my save as type, but I'm just going to put ortho after this, just so we know the difference between the two. The one will be our full model, an isometric view, and the one with ortho will be our printout view. It just gives your parents or gives yourself a good idea about how your car will look at the end. So we hit Export one more time. Now, just a reminder that you have to do 2 cars, so you would do that process twice as far as with your first car and your second car. Make sure the cars aren't named the same, otherwise you're going to be named, or I guess resaving over top of each other. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my design and modeling class, and I'm going to go into the 2.0 CO2 car models in SketchUp. In here I have some things about what we have or what we're expected to do as far as a front view cut, top view cut, leaving space on your axle holes, minimum length of 205 millimeters, and leave 3 millimeters of space around the CO2 car hole. To turn in, we are doing this. First of all, this kind of explains what I said in the video. Export, 2D Graphic, turn it to a .png, full car in ortho printing. Make sure you hit Zoom Extents on both cars. Underneath that, we can come in here and we're going to click and drag on the rest of this, and we're going to select it. So click and drag over top to highlight it, and then we're going to do a Control-C, which copies. And then we are going to go into our email. So just going into our email, and we're going to click Compose right away. Now, in our Compose, in our message itself there, one of the things that we're doing is we are going to come in and we are going to send this to me, which I'm Robert Lehman, I'm the one that looks like a dog, at isd728.org, and then also your mom and your dad, or anyone you want to share this with. And then we're calling the subject hashtag CO2. Alright? And you can put model or cars afterwards if you wanted to, but CO2 is my portion there, and then I'm going to do a Control-V. Now, there are some things worth changing here. Anything highlighted should not be there at the end. So it says, in the past few weeks during the design and modeling class, we have been learning the CAD program called SketchUp. We then learned about 3 scientific principles that will affect how fast my car goes. Please explain the principles here and delete this portion. So talk about your 3 things that you learned about that are going to affect your car and add that information there. Then I did some thumbnail sketches to get my ideas to paper, followed by 2 full-size drawings of cars I plan to create in SketchUp. Reminder, if you haven't turned those in yet, it's just showing those to Mrs. Darwin, and she's going to check you off. After that, we explain how we made our cars. So get rid of this portion, talk about downloading files, some of the SketchUp tools you use to make your models. And then, here is the car I planned out but will not be making, so you delete the yellow here. After that portion, just select it and hit delete or backspace. And then this is where our first PNG is going to end up being as far as the car that you're not going to end up creating. How we put that in there is going here and just restoring that down. And then from there, going to my H drive in my background. And I have a few things up, so I'm just going to have to minimize them. And then I'm going to go to my H drive over here. And I'm going to find my .pngs. And right now, if I'm in my 7th grade design and modeling, going to my date modified to see the last ones I've done on top. There they are. So going in and dropping my ISO first. You should be able to see it when it pops in. And then dropping in my ortho after that. So we'll see those 2 car models. The next portion it says is, here's my car that I'm going to be making in the Woods Lab. Drag and drop the 2 PNGs of the car you're making. So you do the same thing again, just of the car now that you're making, and then you're ready to send this. Click send to turn it in. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this all helps. Let me know if you need any help. I hope you're proud of the cars you made. Thank you.